Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 171. Today I read you part 2 of Barney on the Go, a treasury of go-to stories. So let's read it now, shall we? So we got, this is the final part of the book, and here we go. Last time we have Barney and BJ go to the fire station. We're going to do this for 30 minutes straight, so let's read it now. Barney and BJ go to the fire station, written by Mark S. Brownhill, photography by Dennis Bull, okay? Last time we at is this book, but anyway, it's seen here in BJ and Barney, seen here. But anyway, you saw this last time, but this time we're going to see this. Anyway. Next page. Anyway. Oh, wow, okay. All this makes sense anyway, for the fire stations. Next page. Anyway, we're at almost there to 100 page. BJ's pretending to be a firefighter. Ding, ding, ding. I'll put out the fire, he shouts. Wow. Excuse me. Okay, anyway. Come on, firefighter BJ. I'll take you to visit a real fire station, said BJ. Oh boy, said BJ happily. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway. And we're now getting close to 100 page, since we're at the closest of making the 100th. We're getting close to the real fire station. Carefully, that's just me, of course. Since we're in the second part and the final part of the book. Okay, there you go on that. Next page. Anyway, BJ's excited as they arrived in the fire station. Wow, look at the shiny red fire trucks, Barney. Wow. You know something, BJ? You have to agree on that. This is me, of course. And the bell from the house bell is AC/DC difference on the right, and it just makes me want to joke around. It makes me want to make feel difference. That's me, of course. And, yeah. Make sure it's okay with that, but that's just me, of course. We're finally at the 100 page. Makes more sense than anyway. Next page. Anyway. Barney introduced BJ to his good friend firefighter Bill. Anyway. It'll be fun to drive a real fire engine, said BJ. Wow. And, yeah. Makes total sense in any way. But, yeah. You know what, BJ? You just have to do something, That's me, of course. But, yeah. Let you know about it. Next page. Anyway. The engine pumps water to put out the fire, said firefighter Bill. And these gauges shows the firefighters how much water is flowing. Wow, kind of reminds me of the whole entire riots from 1991 and the whole. Let's just say, for example, sorry about that, everyone. The whole Riverport riot thing from 1991 for Guns N' Roses. That's me, of course. Next page. Anyway. The ladder truck helps firefighters rescue people. That's the longest ladder I ever seen, said Barney. Wow. It makes more sense in any way, so, yeah. It makes more difference and makes sense, That's just me, of course, It makes more difference in the whole way. Next page. Anyway. At the I'm torn that page apart. Anyway. At a station, firefighters usually wears a uniform like mine, okay? When we're fighting a fire, we wear special clothes to protect us, explains by Bill. Here are the examples, okay? Boots, air pack, mask, helmet, hood, bunker coat, gloves, and bunker trotters. Now, these examples are part of the fire safety, And those are examples we protect by fire. That's me, of course. Now, before I begin to the next page, when I was a little kid, I was afraid of fire drills. I hated those as a kid. I don't like these sirens. They annoy me so much that I don't want to be near close to the fire stations. I don't like it one bit, so I just want to smash into pieces. Next page. Anyway, BJ's this is a smoke detector. Okay. The one out there is my house. Anyway. Said firefighter bill. I don't think so. Sorry. It makes a noise when they're smoking from the fire. I don't know. If you ever smell smoke, they're told go on and get out fast. Yeah. Firefighters always help learn new things. Yeah, we'll see what happens, BJ. You just have to do something, that's just me, of course. I did a tour of the news hour once on PBS, but you have to at least do something, that's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway. Okay, there's always a lot of work to be done. Equipment is clean, so it'll be ready when it's needed again. Exactly. At least do something about it. Firefighters take turns living in the fire station. Okay. They have to be ready to go in the fire, day or night. Exactly. So, it's because they want to take turns and make sharing quieting it, I just want to make sure they want to make sure it makes turns and all at the time, yes, to make sure it taking turns or one thing. The other thing is just to make sure how to wash their cloth and everything for the fire safety, I don't know what the pages were. I'm sorry. Next page. Anyway. Suddenly the alarm rings when it was sad to me. And all the firefighters rush to their trucks. They're fast, said BJ. Wow. Oh. You know something, BJ? Take a look at here. I have to agree with BJ at this point, They just have to do something. This whole fire safety. You just gotta get a grip on that. Next page. Anyway. Barney and BJ watch the trucks race away. Someday I'll be a firefighter as well, shouted BJ. I don't know about this, BJ, but at the time's sakes, you will sometime be a firefighter as well. So that's me, of course. So yeah, couldn't see my eyes right there, but that's just me, of course. Yeah, and no, I wasn't dabbing. I was just thinking about it, dabbing, but that's just not me. Next page. Anyway, do you like the fire station, BJ? Asked Barney. It was cool, said BJ. Learning about the firefighter was great. Now, here's a real thing about fire safety. Never ask a grown-up to be part of the fires or you get burned forever. Anyway, next up, we're going to do Barney and BJ go to the police station. Now, over the years, there have been some memes, okay? When it comes with the BJ went to jail. I don't know what to do next. Just don't try to make memes about that anymore, please. Thank you. Anyway, it was written by Mark S. Banner again. Published, photographed by Dennis Bull. Okay, let's read this anyway. Now, all of this has to do with some stupid things that I don't like at all for people getting arrested in jail, okay? The police officers, okay? If you dial for emergency, just call 911. Or anytime in international things, just dial something else in mind, okay? After BJ hears Officer Tom talks about safety at school, he announced that I wanted to be a police officer when I grow up, said Barney. Okay, let's visit my friends at the police station, replied Barney. Actually, BJ and Barney, I just want to make sure the police officer was safe. And Officer Caps, if you're watching this, I don't know about this. Yeah, you have to make sure what's going to happen next to you and the officer's safety. That's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway, Barney introduced BJ to his friend, Officer Mike, okay? Welcome to the police station, Officer Mike. I'll show you around, okay? Well, it makes sense, Officer Mike. You had to make someone killed for all of his safety. Jesus. Now, for this next page, or whatever pages it were next, it's the judge. Okay? Are we in trouble? You know, at the time, yes. This next page kind of reminds me of the People's Court from the 1980s until the present time frames. The current judge, I don't know what it was in the time, but I love this judge to death. It was, this judge said, "Get out of my courtroom. Get out." I don't know if her name at the time. That's the judge I was talking about to you guys. That's just me. Anyway, and Judge Judy. Don't forget about her. And now she's in the judge's Judy. But anyway, and so many other judges around here. Don't forget Judge Steve Harvey, and he's current host of a game show, Family Feud. But anyway, what's happening here, asked BJ. There's new police officers are promising to protect and help everyone, explained Officer Mike. Exactly. Yeah, you just have to explain that, BJ. I mean, Officer Mike, you have to do something, you know? Both of these, and the judges were helping up and say, or the court, say, and yeah, just have to do something about it. Now, for these 4 frames in the next pages, I just want to say what happened here, you know? Here's the next page. We're going to see what happens next, okay? Here we go. Sometimes police officers help by directing traffic around an accident, okay? Explains Officer Mike, excuse me, okay, anyway. An officer might ride a horse and show people where to go, okay? Comments made the whole fair, and all of a sudden you just ride a horse to somebody else and not an officer, okay? Some officers ride bicycles, okay, makes sense, and while others ride fast motorcycles, okay? Comments made the whole thing, and some male people ride motorcycles, okay? Officer shouted BJ, "Not so loud, BJ. You know, you just have to be more quiet in the police station." I did it one time, and I don't want to talk about it again. When I was a kid, when I was in the early adulthood, and it's all in my brother's past. I don't want to say anymore, but that's me, of course. It was in 2016. It was one of my worst years of my life. You know, and I don't want to do this again. It's in Bryan County, so I don't want to say it again. But anyway, next page. Anyway, now for this, here are the last 2 pages. Here are some pages where I'm going to be explained. But a dispatcher tells police officers where to find people who need them, explained Officer Mike. "Look at this screens," said BJ, "and check out this big map." Now, Officer Mike, I don't know what to do with this next paint. You know, I just paint the big screen. It kind of reminds me of the show NCIS and Dad Bud. If you're watching this, I think this is NCIS frame, and suddenly you think, please get on the ground. You know, that's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway, now that dog's a police officer as well, explained Barney. Okay, I don't know. "Yes," replied Officer Mike. "He is especially trained to find people or things by a sense of smell. He also protects police officers, but we should pet him while he's working." Exactly. One time during Baby Pig in the City 1998 movie, and in the train park said, "Nah, I'm busy." From the airport supplies, and yes, as I said before, and I'll say it again, he should have been working, you know, I have to agree with that one time, and yes, there are some, and the dog, when he was working, saying, "Whoa, you're sure a puppy?" And this sheep pig is like, "No, I'm not a puppy, I'm a sheep pig." and my human's gone. I'm hungry. I'm gonna save the farm. And he and the working dog's like, yeah, it's totally tragic. And then the movie's same in the '98 movie. I love the movie to death. My dad does it. And dad, if you watch this, I have no idea what to say. Now the next page is to get some memes. Okay. I don't know what happened in the next page, but you know, says here that BJ that print a dino. Why? Now, no, no. At the time, yes, it has some flaws. Okay, it is not funny to you all at all. Let's just say that. Sometimes we use fingerprints to identify people. Said Officer Mike. Wow, it's pretty easy to tell which printer is mine. Chuckle Barney. Hey, where'd BJ go? Now, BJ, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the Andy Griff show from 1960s, you know, where a police officer, Barney Fife, you know, and Sheriff Andy Taylor were doing such things. And all of a sudden, this whole thing, I don't know what's going on with this jailbird, you know, BJ. I don't know what happened next, but you know, it just saddens me. Ay, 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 I actually locked up myself in jail, shouted BJ. Let me out. Now, in this next page, I am not happy with his results, you know. This is not funny to me. It is felt worried for BJ at this point. This is not a happy treat. It is not really a meme, you know. I think BJ should have been get out of jail. Let him out, please. Next page. Anyway. Now, I like your badge, Officer Mike, said BJ. Your uniform is cool as well. Thanks, replied Officer Mike. You know, BJ, a gun is a part of a police officer's uniform. But this is a toy to play with. Exactly. Now, when I was 17, I have a brain malfunction, you know. I have this whole worst thing called when all of a sudden I had to talk and walk. It's a social media thing. But I then said, don't do it, Luke. And that's just part of my brain malfunction. I was sick, you know, at that time. And that's just me. Anyway, if you ever see a gun, don't touch it. Exactly. And the fact that Dimebag Darrell assassination in 2004, that happened to happen when he shoot naming Officer James N. I'm not going to say the N word in the stream, in the episode. Shoot Nathan Gale on the stage when the hostage killed Dimebag. You know, I love Dimebag because he and Angus and Brian May are the only lead guitarists I've seen in my life, especially the lead guitarist Ace Treasury. I don't know, for Kiss, you know, that's just me, of course. Anyway, and go with tell a grown up. Exactly, Officer Mike. Okay. Here are some things you will never see. Now, here are some things that I don't understand. Some of them. Okay. Badge, radio, flashlight, Sam Brown's belt, gun, beeper, and handcuffs. Now, handcuffs I don't understand because I think the officer should have handcuffs. Why? Because the handcuffs belong to the officers, not to the jailbirds. Okay, that's just me, of course. Now the beeper, it belongs to me, of course. Badges, I don't know, unfortunately. Radio, my record player. Flashlight, I don't know. It's just belonging to someone else. I don't know about some brooch belt. I don't know. Gun, don't know it yet, as of yet. And that's basically it. So that one, these things, I don't understand. Next page. Anyway, boy, oh boy, a real police car, shouted BJ. Can I look inside? Oh, wow, BJ. You just have to do something about this. Anyway, this is a huge car, as a matter of fact. Next page. Anyway. Wow. The dispatcher tells me where I'm needed, explained Officer Mike. Just then, he hears his number call on the police radio. Uh-oh, gotta go. Someone needs my help, said Officer Mike. As he buckled up his seatbelt. See you soon, Barney. Thanks for listening, BJ. Thank you, Officer Mike, said BJ. You gotta do something with these police officers. You know, just say, arrest these people. You know, that's just me, of course. I think, yes, just me, of course. Anyway, here are the last page of that book, and we'll move on to the last part of the book. And that is, BJ goes to the zoo. And that is, when I grew up, I wanted to be a police officer so I can help people as well. I don't know about this. My Uncle Steve was a police officer. We'll see what happens, said BJ. That's super de-duper. I don't think it's super de-duper to me, Barney. Yeah, I disagree with sometimes. Anyway, and last page of the book is, last part of the book is Barney BJ Goes Zoo, written by Mark. Okay, that's just basically it, but that's just me, of course. Anyway, Mark S. Burnhill, photography by Dennis Bolt. Anyway, BJ is very excited today because Barney is going to take him to the zoo. Welcome, Barney. Hi, BJ. It's so good to see you again, said Serena the zookeeper. Well, if you watch this, Alex Wallman, this is for you. But anyway, and yeah, there's a lot of pages going on with the babies and things like that. And wow, okay, it makes more sense. Anyway, next, oh, I'm torn the pages apart. But anyway, next page. Anyway, BJ wants to see the lions first, as one roars loudly. BJ explains, no wonder the lions is called the King of the Jungle. Comments the Lion King movie from 1994. If you watch this, Billy, it's for you, buddy. But I couldn't see BJ's here. But anyway, you couldn't see that. But anyway, next page. Anyway, if I could climb like a monkey, said BJ, I'd climb the treehouse very fast. Yeah, at the time, yeah, you could probably do some things like this whole treehouse difference in the monkey. And in Power Rangers Wild Force in 2002, he called the monkeys in call for the Red Wild Ranger, something like that. I don't know. He acts like the monkey. You know, that's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway. These pink flamingos are beautiful, said Barney. Zoo have lots of animals from all over the world, said the zookeeper proudly. Now, my friend Marshall Brown doesn't like flamingos as a kid. If he watches Marshall, if he saw my reaction video to let's say awkward childhood moments with Marshall Brown, the full series, you know. You saw that he was afraid of flamingos. You know, I felt worried for Marshall at this point. If you watch this Marshall, this video, he was a young kid when this happened. But that's just me, of course. Next page. Anyway. Are those rhinos cool? Asked BJ. They sure are, asked Barney. Come on, I'll show you some animals with stripes. Now, as a kid, before I began the next page, those are the ABCs with a red rhinoceros, and that's just ABC's parody. But anyway, and for stripes, zebra, I went to the zoo back in nearly 2 months ago, and zebras can bite you. You know, that's me, of course. Anyway, Barney laughs, BJ. Do you think a zebra is a white horse with black stripes? Yeah, I agree with that. Or a black horse with white stripes. I think you're horsing around, chuckled Barney. I don't know about this, you two. Those things can bite you. They're not ready to feed you. That's just, yeah, of course. They're not friendly at all. So there you go. Anyways, Next page. Anyway. Wow. Zookeepers help to keep animals and their homes clean. Exactly. Barney explains as they watch the zookeeper bathe the elephant. And it goes bark. Anyway. Where's his rubber ducky? Wow. You know what? Zoos do not need rubber duckies at all, BJ. No, joke Barney. No, explain it here, BJ. There's no such zoos as a rubber ducky. You know, that's me, of course. Ernie has one, but no rubber ducky, unfortunately, in the zoos. Next page. Anyway, giraffes are the tallest animals in the world. There was a giraffe where I was at in the zoo in South Carolina. I don't know where, and I was taming a giraffe, and I was like scared of these ostriches, and they really bite me in these fingers. You know, that's me, of course, but that's me. And I'm like, wow, these wild ostriches, like, they really do bite, you know. And then one time, a camel in the zoo, they really do bite, and my nephews Jack and Drew really do joke a lot about this. And if you watch this Jack and Drew, it's for you guys. They say things like, "What's been going on with this thing?" But they just told me and then one comment said, "You did not feed a camel," and then I'm like, "Wow, Drew, you know." Okay, explained Barney. Aye, shouted BJ. They could look right into my treehouse. Now, at the time, yes, BJ, you just have to do something around here. But of course, I think they're not right for you in the treehouse, of course, and the giraffes. There are wild animals, you know. That's me, of course. Next page. Anyway, I wonder if all the climbing makes their bears as hungry as I am, explained BJ as he rubbed his tummy. No, the bears, yes. At the time, yes. Were kind of like Winnie the Pooh bears difference, you know. And sorry here you couldn't see BJ, but you know what? Bears are hungry, of course, you know. And of course, BJ is like, before I get to the next page, well, reading to wise, I will say this, okay? There's a lot of bears. I was a bear to Dalton. If you watch this, Dalton, because I hugged Dalton. We'll come back to the Pooh and Christopher Robin, okay? Makes sense to anybody. So there you go. It's just like the Barney to Michael and Amy difference. So I just want to make it more clear to you guys. So there you go on that. But anyway, that hippopotamus eats almost as much as you do, BJ. Oh, wow, Barney. Chuckled Barney. Oh, I'm not hungry all the time, answered BJ. But I will be ready for a snack pretty soon. We'll see, BJ. You just have to do something, but, you know, it just makes more difference to feed a hippopotamus, I guess. Anyways, I'm almost done reading here in the last pages in the book. We're almost done with this book. Anyway, sounds like some time for some popcorn, that Barney. Lions and monkeys and bears and popcorn. Oh my, said BJ. I love to visit the zoo. It was ominous. If you watch this, Alex Roman, it's for you, buddy. Makes more sense in any way. And, yeah, makes more sense in any way, BJ, Barney, and Sandra. I'm not sure what your name is, I'm sorry. But that's me, of course. And that is the two-part series of Barney on the Go, a treasury of go-to stories. And we're for over 30 minutes of this recording. What do I think about this book? I think it was amazing. So far, this book was a complete success. And that was the Bedtime Stories episode number 171. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be Bedtime Stories, episode 172. Walt Disney's Grandpa Barney. Now, man, excuse me. I gotta get some dinner to eat and things like that. Till next time, Sue Jones and Bye Piece of Baby. We get more bedtime story episodes, guys. Me soon. Till then, just out. See ya.